St. Albans. Are you guys ready for some bagpipes? If not, you definitely came into the wrong place. Bagpipes okay? All right. look at all you folks who found the shade. What a perfect park, the perfect amount of trees. This is great. So the only people who have to be in the sun are those people who are gluttons for punishment and us. Same thing. All right, so quick question. How many of you folks out in this audience right now have ever seen or heard this band play before? All right, 4.5 people. Okay. Well, in case you haven't noticed, we have a bagpiper. And I do have to say that given the events of the last 2 days, for those of you who are not on Facebook, this bagpiper had to travel almost to New Hampshire in order to be able to get back across here because everything in central Vermont is closed. So we are so lucky to have Ian here with us today. Because if not, you'd be hearing a lot of Jimmy Buffett and the Allman Brothers. In the meantime, we're going to play a song, one that we came up with just a few years ago. There's no experience quite like jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. What? Our plane takes off just off the ground. No turning back this point, there is no turning around. And higher and higher and higher we climb to the air. Looking at the distance now, I hardly even care. Burning the light, letting at my feet to leave the ground. Burning the light, burning to fly away. We're closer now. The door opens up. It shows the valley below. We're 12,000 feet up. Time to take the flight. It's getting loud in here. You see the clouds now. Just wait till you are repeated. Burning the light. Like getting in my feet to leave the ground. Burning the light. Just getting in my feet up off the ground. Burning the light. Like getting in my feet to leave the ground. Burning the light. Burning to fly away through tops of gold. My arms open now. Until the wind rushes past, I leave no trace of now. And I can't believe there's nothing to compare. I am floating with the clouds and screaming through the air. Burning the light, getting in my feet to leave the ground. Burning the light, getting in my feet up off the ground. Burning the light, so much, everybody. So for the 4.5 of you who have seen us before, you'll notice that we are down a person. Our piper, our other piper, Hazen, is stuck up on top of a hill in Graniteville right now, bailing out his basement, as is most of Barrie and Montpelier. He sent me a text message saying, "Hey, is this gig still on today?" And I said, "Yeah, of course." And he said, "Have you looked at the news?" And then I looked, and I was astonished. How lucky are we to live in Franklin County, folks? I mean, I had water in my attic, but that was a completely different issue. And if anyone out there is a roofer or knows a roofer, I sure would like to talk to you after the show. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to take it up just a little bit from what we've just been doing. This one's a fine old traditional set of Scottish marches in not such a nice and traditional way.
Here we go. Not like I do. Okay, I got you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, thank you so much for indulging us. All right, so we've got a song right now, and usually with this song, we put out a little dedication. Is there anybody in the audience named Molly? Molly. Anyone named Molly in the audience? Not a single person named Molly, or no one who wants to admit to it. Okay, is there anybody in the audience named Holly? Is there anyone in the audience named Dolly? Is there anyone who's even close? All right, fine. Then this here song goes out to nobody. I will say that we had a gig in New Hampshire sort of at the beginning of the season, and there was a woman who came running in saying, raising her hand when I asked if someone's name was Molly. And she pointed down, and she had a little 7-year-old girl. And we did not dedicate this song to Molly because this is an old traditional Irish song, and their songs were about, drinking, fighting, death, and girls, but not in the appropriate way. So we changed the name of the song, and we pulled back the dedication. But it is still a wicked old song, so you just have to really read into things. This one's called Married Molly.
1, 2, 3, and...
When will we be married, Molly? When will we be wed? When will we be bedded in the same bed? You got your eye on Johnny, strong Johnny B. You got your eye on Johnny and a fine man he. You got your eye on Johnny, but you better let him be. 'Cause when you go on the yard, you'll be going to be. When will we be married, Molly? When will we be wed? When will we be bedded in the same bed? When will we be married, Molly? When will we be wed? When will we be bedded in the same bed? You got your eye on Jimmy, long Jimmy Lee. You got your eye on Jimmy and a fine man he. You got your eye on Jimmy, but you better let him be. 'Cause when you go, Molly, oh, you'll be going to be. When will we be married, Molly? When will we be wed? When will we be bedded in the same bed? When will we be married, Molly? When will we be wed? When will we be bedded in the same bed? Thank you so much. So it is summertime. Though you wouldn't know it because it seems like it's summertime on the equator. And what that means is gigging season, at least for this band, as two of us up on this stage are public school music teachers. This is actually coming up on my 17th year teaching up at Missisquoi Valley Union High School. One of my favorite things to do up there is to teach the jazz band. One of my favorite composers of the jazz music idiom is Mr. Dave Brubeck. One of my favorite albums is Dave's Time Out album. And so what we decided to do was to create a little piece of our own that might fit into such a thing. We created a piece that goes from 5/4 time to 6/8 time with a 3/4 over the top of that. If you're a musician, you'll understand. If you're not, just tap your foot. You'll find the beat real easily. This one is called Time Changes. It's off our latest CD, which you can find over here. Please support our Hazen Rebuilding His Basement program. Here we go. Thank you so much. All right, so now we are going to change things up a considerable amount. I tell my students all the time that in order to let people know what loud and fast is, you got to show them slow and quiet every once in a while. And so we are about to play for you the only slow, quietish thing that we know.
Quietish, anyway.
It's actually a tune that I wrote for my girlfriend when I was in college. And then she ended up marrying me, so I know that it worked. Not only did it work, but this was actually used to walk her in for our wedding. And the first part, she has branded on her arm, and the second part I have branded on mine, and that is just in case I forget how it goes in the middle of a performance. I can look down on my arm and I can get a guess. We were in a band a long time ago, Ian and I, called Whiskey Before Breakfast. This was back in our college days, and we recorded it then and decided to re-record it in this band so that it wouldn't fall off the face of the earth entirely. And normally when I play this one, I'm sitting on a stool, which is why I don't wear a kilt. But there were no stools available today. So we're going to see how this one goes. This one is in two parts, and if you're with someone who you particularly care about and you don't mind getting too close on a day like today, feel free to dance along with them. Thank you much. Just scanning the audience. Is my wife here right now? Is she? Oh, shoot. Okay, that means I can't tell the story. All right. That's okay. I'll tell it to you after. All right, so I don't know if you folks have seen the news, but there's been some flooding in Vermont. And not only has there been a little bit of flooding, but there's also been an extreme outpouring of folks who are just looking to help in any way that they can. The lines have been plugged. Cities and towns are saying, please don't come yet. We still don't know what we need. And then there's other towns that are saying, please, by all means, come. The National Guard has been pulled out, and that includes the 40th Army Band, who has been deployed to bring trucks and such out to help families in need. So this tune that we're about to play right now is a very old Scottish song, and we'd like to dedicate this one to all those folks who are helping to get these communities cleaned up and rebuilt. This one is called Hector the Hero. And here's for a speedy cleanup and recovery. Thank you so much. It's time for electric guitars again. Sorry. Not really sorry. Sorry, not sorry. All right, so this one's another set of traditional marches, and normally when we're at a big Scottish festival or something, it's a lot of fun to get the entire Catamount Pipe Band up here to join us. Catamount Pipe Band is out of Marshfield, Vermont. It's led by our own piper, Mr. Ian McCarg. They travel to Scotland every once in a while, and on one of their ventures, they earned 4th place in the entire world for bagpipes. I know it seems like it might be an easy thing to do because, I mean, how many people play the bagpipes? You'd be surprised. More people than probably play the accordion, thankfully. Oh, no! I'm really sorry if I just insulted an accordion player by mentioning them and bagpipes in the same sentence. This one's called Mr. Boy.
1, 2, 3, go! Yeah, there you go.
Mr. Caleb Bronze to do some heavy lifting here. All right, so speaking of being music teachers, how many musicians are out there in the audience right now? Uh-oh. Okay, so my microphone wasn't turned up. How many people play an instrument or have played an instrument out in the audience right now? I don't care if it's a recorder, go for it. How many of you folks have a music teacher to thank for that? All right. So the next tune is actually going to be our last tune for this set. We're going to take a short little break. We're going to towel off the sweat. But this last tune we're going to play, this is in the Red Standard of Excellence book, page 35, exercise number 148. 147 is Ricochet Rock, and 148 is Loch Lomond. If you know the tune, if you got any Scottish in you, or you wish you did, this may be a tune that you can help us sing along with. Please do. We haven't asked you to sing along like most other Irish bands and Scottish bands do. This will be the one. When we come upon the chorus, feel free to join us along. Caleb. By on bonny banks and by on bonny bridge, where the sun shines bright, and Loch Lomond, where me and my true love spend many days on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. 'Twas there that we parted in yon shady glen, by the steep banks of the Lomond, where deep in purple hue the Highland hills of view, and the moon coming out in the blue. Here we go. You'll take the high road and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland before you, and me and my true love never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Lomond. You'll take the high road and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland. And by on bonny banks, where the sun shines bright, on Loch Lomond, where me and my true love spend many days on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. You'll take the high road and I'll take the low road, and I'll be in Scotland before and my true love will never meet again on the bonny, bonny banks of Loch Lomond. Yeah! Thank you, folks. We'll be right back up. We do have CDs and T-shirts, and I think we take Apple Pay. I'm not sure. Thanks. Folks, I'd like to take a minute just to thank our sponsors for tonight. We'd definitely like to thank the city of St. Albans, one of the greatest cities in all of Vermont, in fact, in all of New England. We'd like to thank Vermont Federal Credit Union for their support, and I'm sure your freezer is full of it. Also, without the help of Ben & Jerry's, these concerts would not be available to you. So let's give a round of applause to our sponsors, please. And we'll be sure to thank them again as the night goes on. All right. I gotta say that fronting a band that consists of one bagpiper, I'm really surprised that you're all still sitting here. It's like when you drive past a car accident and you can't take your eyes away from it. You're like, what is going to happen next? So while Ian's tuning up, really quick poll of the audience. How many folks are a member of the St. Albans Old Homes page on Facebook? One. All right. Well, it does exist. I've been working on it a little bit. Although, granted, during COVID, I had a lot more time. Not so much now, but it's been great. There's so many folks on there now that folks are going on and posting stuff, and I don't need to anymore. Did you guys all know that the railroad building is for sale? I had no idea. 1.9 million. I say that we all take up a collection right now. We just buy it ourselves. How much fun would that be to own a railroad building? It's one of my favorite buildings. And I certainly hope it goes to some good use. So we're going to start off this second set. And we're going to start it off loud and proud. You okay with that? Yeah. All right. Now at the same time, keep in mind, we're doing our own sound. So if at some point you can't hear something, or you want to hear less of something, let us know. And we'll adjust as we go. This one, we actually have a video for. It's online somewhere. YouFace or BookTube or one of those things. This one's called Devils in the Kitchen.
We'll find out. Didn't you say you're ready? I didn't say yes.
The thing about having only one bagpiper is he doesn't always have to be ready on time. Now, I'm always teaching my students, you do not clap on the 1 and 3, but in Celtic music it's a little different. As long as you clap on the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4, you're all set. And since Caleb's gonna drop out on me behind me here, this percussion job is all yours. So here we go. In the kitchen, he won't be swayed. He puts the cake, his hand, I stay. The devil's in the kitchen, he won't leave soon. Better close off the door and forget that room. Thank you so much. So you folks remember how I was talking about how traditional bands sing songs either about fighting, dying, girls, or beer? Maybe I didn't mention the beer, the first part. In case I didn't, 14 Stars got some beer up here. And I can say from experience, it is a very fine beer. It is one of the many things that has put us on the map. But in the meantime, this here is a song about unrequited love. This one's called Star of the County Down. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. No. Use that, the Lucius packet. No. All right, Caleb. Do you really? How about them? Near Bambridge Town in the county down one morning last July. Through the pouring rain came a sweet Colleen, and she smiled as she passed me by. She looked so sweet from her two bare feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a handsome elf that I pinched myself for to see if I was really there. From Bantry Bay, all the Berry Quay, and from Galway to Dublin town. No rain I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. From Bridgetown in the county down one morning last July. Through the pouring rain came a sweet Colleen as she smiled as she passed by. She looked so sweet from her 2 bare feet to the sheen of her nut brown hair. Such a winsome mouth that I pinched myself for to see if I was really there. From Bantry Bay, all the dairy came all the way to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. She always sped, sure scratched my head, and I looked with a feeling rare. And I says I, to a passerby who's a maid with a nut brown hair. He smiled at me, he said to me, it's a gem of the Ireland crown. Young Rosie McCann from the banks of the bench is the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay, all the dairy came all the way to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. The Harbour Fair should be surely there, and I'll dress in my Sunday clothes, with my shoes shone bright and my hat cocked right for a smile from the nut brown rose. No pipe I'll smoke, no horse I'll yoke to my plough to the dust-colored brown, till smiling brightly by my own firelight to the star of the county down. From Bantry Bay, all the dairy came and go way to Dublin town. No maid I've seen like the sweet Colleen that I met in the county down. From Bantry Bay, all the dairy came and go way to Dublin town. No maid I've seen with the sweet Colleen. All right, we're gonna leave it to our drummer, Enosburg native Mr. Caleb Bronze on the drums. And the guy who had to travel all sections of Vermont just to get here, so much so that he forgot his party dress, Mr. Ian McCarg on the Highland bagpipes. This next tune is called Farewell to Erin. Thank you so much. We find that the more the sun hits our instruments, the more everything changes. All right, so only half of my strings were in tune during that last one.
What was the wild? Yeah,
All right, so we've done 2 songs about girls, 1 song about jumping out of an airplane, which is not on the traditional Irish song list, by the way. So we're gonna do a song about drinking. All right, so how many folks remember the band, the Woods Tea Company? All right, more people than have seen us play. Okay, cool. So it was probably, about at least 20 years ago that I dialed up Rusty and I said, Rusty, on one of your albums you have this song and I need you to help me to figure out the lyrics. And he said to me, are you kidding? I'm not the one who sings that song. And I swore he was. He looks the kind who would have sung it. He's like, no, you don't want me singing anything. Which is why he does that Foolish Question song where he talked through the rest of it. But anyway, between the 2 of us, over a really late phone call, we got all the lyrics to this one. I think we have them mostly right. I hope so, because we've been doing this song for a long, long time.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's all I know.
I'll tell you a story that happened to me. The days I went down the all by the sea. The sun it was bright and the day it was warm. A lot like right now. A quiet pint wouldn't do me no harm. I went and I asked for a bottle of stout. The barman said, I'm sorry, all the beer is sold out. Try whiskey, try patty, 10 years in the wood. I think I'll try cider, I hear that oh, never, oh never again. If I live to be 100 or 110, I fell through the ground. I couldn't get up after drinking a quart of the Johnny John. After third, I went out to the yard. I pumped and I broke it a big cigar. Come here, he said, boy, you know I'm the law. He up with a fist and I shattered his jaw. He fell to the ground, his knees up. The one that I hit him was a Johnny Jump Up. The next time we met down the yard by the sea, he was a cripple on crutches and he said, too, afraid for my life, I'll be hit by a car. Help me across to the railway bar. After drinking a quart, the side of the street, he threw down his crutches, he dancing. Then I'd leave him a friend for to see. They call it the madhouse in Port Prydein. And when I got there, the truth gotta tell, they had the poor bugger locked up in his cell. The God tested him, these words if he can. I'm the ragged rock, the ragged rascal rag. Tell them I'm not crazy, tell them I'm not mad. It's only a suck from the bottle I've had. Prydein Union by the name of McNabb. They washed and they laid him outside on the slab. And after the coroner, his measurements to take, his wife took him home for a bloody fine way. Around 12 o'clock and the fever was high. The corpse set him up and he said with a sigh, I can't get to heaven, they won't let me up till I bring him a quart of the Johnny John. Oh never again, if I live to be 100 or 110, I fell to the ground. I couldn't get up after drinking a quart of the Johnny John. Thank you so very much. So, I gotta tell you folks, it's been a tough summer. And not just because of the rain or the bagpipe tuning. Do we need to change? Give us 1 second to get in tune. No matter how much 14 star you've had, it won't sound right unless we can get this right. Again, for those folks who are musicians and know that a normal instrument tunes to A440, just know that in the middle of summer, bagpipes often will tune to A456. And that is about what we're approaching right now, it sounds like. Okay, it's gonna take us a sec. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Talk about how great the band is.
I'm trying to say this.
I'm pretty sure that bagpipes are the only instrument that you can consistently tune with electrical tape. All right, would you guys just remind me that I did not tune the electric yet? Thank you. Okay, you're all in charge. So anyway, I was telling you why why the summer has not been so great, and that is because that about a week after my little boy, my youngest, graduated high school, we had to say goodbye to him at the airport as he went off to basic training. And so I am empty nesting. I'm empty nesting in my boys in South Carolina. And if you can imagine the heat and the rain up here, you'll know that it's a bit worse down there. We get to talk to him on Sundays, so I'm very much looking forward to Sunday, and no other day. When he was 10 months old, I think it was about 10, maybe 11 months old, I actually wrote this tune for him. He started learning how to walk in our living room. At 10 months old, he was on his feet and he was moving around, but he was bashing into everything, and we were pretty sure that Child Services was going to be called upon us because of all of the bumps and bruises that this kid had. So I tried to write a little tune that reflected that. And so this one goes out to my boy, who is about 11 states away, down in South Carolina at Fort Jackson. This one's called Emmy's Jig.
Probably doing the gap.
All right, I almost forgot. So, when my kids were little, I would go into their room and I would play goodnight songs for them. Things like Sweet Baby James and The Marvelous Toy and, you know, hippie songs from like the 70s. But my son always requested this one, and it's funny because it took a while for me to figure out what song he was talking about. He kept saying, "Dad, the one that you played in your band." He was a little guy. He's like, "The one you played in your band," and I couldn't figure out what the song was. And then, hang on, sorry, this ambulance isn't in the right key. Wow. So it's almost an E. And we are definitely not. We're in B flat. So anyway, he kept asking for the song, and then I realized what song it was. And it definitely was not a bedtime song. But apparently for him, it was. And this is what's going to get him through basic training. 1, 2, 3. Whiskey, you're the devil, you're leading me astray. Over the hills and mountains and to America. You're stronger, sweeter, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunker, sober. Now, the boys are on the march, we're off to Portugal and Spain. Drums are beating, banners flying, devil at home will come tonight. So fare thee well, to the right, tittle and rah, me, to the right, tittle and rah. Oh, what more to a laddie, oh, there's whiskey in the jar. Hey, whiskey, you're the devil, you're leading me astray. Over the hills and mountains and to Marrakech. You're stronger, sweeter, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunker, sober. Now the French are fighting boldly, men are dying hot and coldly. Give every man a flask of powder, flintlock upon his shoulder. Love, fare thee well, till the right, tittle and rah, me, till the right, tittle and rah. Oh, I go to a laddie, oh, there's whiskey in the jar. Hey, whiskey, you're the devil, you're leading me astray. Over the hills and mountains and to Marrakech. You're stronger, sweeter, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunker, sober. You're the devil, you're leading me astray. Over the hills and mountains and to Marrakech. You're stronger, sweeter, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunker, sober. Said the father, do not wrong me, don't take my daughter from me. For if you do, I will torment you, and in death my ghost will haunt you. Now fare thee well. Till the right, tittle and rah, me, till the right, tittle and rah. Oh, I go to a laddie, oh, there's the whiskey in the jar. Hey, whiskey, you're the devil, you're leading me astray. Over the hills and mountains and to Marrakech. You're stronger, sweeter, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunker, sober. Oh, whiskey, you're the devil, you're leading me astray. Over the hills and mountains and to Marrakech. You're stronger, sweeter, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunker, sober. Oh, whiskey, you're the devil, you're leading me astray. Over the hills and mountains and to Marrakech. You're stronger, sweeter, decenter, you're spunkier than tea. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunker, sober. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunker, sober. Oh, whiskey, you're my darling, drunker, sober. He was usually asleep by about the second verse, much like you people were. All right, so we're gonna take it easy on you right now. So we've been playing an awful lot of songs that you have no idea what they are, You, like me, think all bagpipe tunes sound alike. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give you a song that you probably know, that you could probably sing along to, because you got to at least have one, right? So folks, we're going to dedicate this song to all of you. This is a traditional American song in the most traditionalist sense. I know you all know it. Please shout along when you do. Come on! Does she walk? Does she talk? Does she come complete? My homeroom angel always pulled me from my seat. And she was pure like snowflakes, no one could ever stain. The memory of my angel could never cause me pain. There years go by, I'm looking through this girly magazine, and there's my homeroom angel on the pages in between. My blood runs cold, my memory's just been sold. My angel lives in centerfold. Angel lives in centerfold. My blood runs cold, my memory's just been sold. My angel lives in centerfold. Angel lives in centerfold. Sing along. Slip me notes under the desk. I was thinking about her dress. I was shy, I turned away before she caught my eye. And I was shaking in my shoes whenever she flashed those baby blues. Something had a hold on me when Angel passed close by. Those soft, fuzzy sweaters, too magical to touch. To see her in that negligee, man, was really just too much. My blood runs cold, my memory has just been sold. My angel lives in centerfold. Angel lives in centerfold. My blood runs cold, my memory has just been sold. My angel lives in centerfold. Angel lives in centerfold. It's okay, I understand. This ain't no never, never land. Hope that when this issue's gone, see when you close the run. Take your car, yes we will. We'll take your car and drive it. We'll take you to a hotel room and we'll take them off in private. A part of me has just been ripped. The pages from my mind are slid. Oh no, I can't deny it. Oh yes, I guess gotta buy. My blood runs cold. My memory's just been sold. My angel lives in centerfold. My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel lives in centerfold. Angel lives in centerfold. All right, folks, let's hear it loud and proud. Na 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 na. All right, 1, 2, 3. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel lives in centerfold. My blood runs cold. My memory has just been sold. My angel lives in centerfold. Angel lives in centerfold. Thank you so very much. So folks, about 20-30 minutes ago, Nobby Reed's Blues Jam just started over at Twigs. And so that brings us to a very last tune of the evening. And it's amazing. We've had so far 5 gigs this year, and every single one it has absolutely poured, except for today. Thank you, Franklin County. Now, I also have to say that with this last tune, we require everyone to stand up and approach the bench. Come on. I don't see any canes. I don't see any walkers. I don't see any crutches. At least send the kids up first. Come on, kids. Come on up front. Maybe the old people will be less self-conscious and embarrassed, and they'll come up and join you. So, folks, really, this is our last tune, and you have to come up for the front because it's that important. And I got to say that right now, in all 5 gigs that we've had this summer, this is the only time where not a single adult has stood up when I've said this. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Oh my God, they're multiplying. Folks, we're about to play for you our big final finishing closer. This would be like if you went to a Jimmy Buffett concert and he all of a sudden started playing Margaritaville. That's what this is for us. This would be like if you went to see Led Zeppelin and they started playing Stairway to Heaven. This would be like if you went to see the Bangles and they started playing Walk Like an Egyptian. Look at all you people who've been sitting in the shade this whole time. Where are my students? Come on. There you go. Come on up here. Bagpipes need, what is it? Company deserves misery? Something like that? Okay, I'm willing to wait. So, I am a teacher. I will wait until everybody is ready. Oh, well, that is fantastic. Oh, and you folks were also supposed to remind me to tune my guitar, which you didn't. So this will be a good opportunity for all the Chicken Littles out there to get their way up here. Nothing makes you feel young again, like maybe you're not empty nesting, like coming up in the front of a mosh pit of a band. Folks, we're about to play for you the Stairway to Heaven of Scottish music right here. For all you folks who do know a little bit about bagpipes and been wondering why we haven't played Amazing Grace in Scotland the Brave, we are about to do so right now. Amazing Grace, if you feel it in your bones, you want to come up front and sing loud. I hope that B flat is your key. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Highland Bagpipes, direct from Marshfield, Vermont, through Claremont, New Hampshire, Mr. Ian McCarg on the Highland Bagpipes. This is the time where you light them if you got them. Smith on the bass, bringing home the party. Here we go! 1, 2, 3, while I teach you folks your part. Since there's only like 4 of you who have seen this before, this is going to be mass education. Your part is simple. All we need you to do is to count to 4 to bring the whole band back in. It's going to go a little bit something like this. It's going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it's like counting to 4 twice, and I apologize for the complexity of this task. But this is why we ask you to stand up, because the folks closer to us usually tend to get it a little bit easier than that. So folks, this is giant mosh pit time. We've had so much fun playing for you. I can't believe the weather held out for this one particular day. We're so thankful. I hope that everyone is safe. I hope that your houses are dry. Here comes your part, along on the drums. Are you guys ready? All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Thank you both very much. We've had such a blast playing for you. Stay dry, stay safe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you both so very much. Thank you so much. We want to thank our sponsors once again. City of St. Albans, Vermont Federal Credit Union, and Ben & Jerry's. Also, partake of the tents around us before they pack up. They're going to go away forever. Thank you, folks.
People were all the way back.
Okay, they got a shirt and chairs.
Here, I'll take the shirt.